So, hello Amit, how are you?
So I'm good, sir.
Amit, your interview is going to be conducted in Hindi or English language.
Sir, in English language, sir.
Okay, so Amit, I'll give you some information. First of all, my name is Bharat Bhushan Asthana, and we are going to conduct your mock interview on the platform of Be Wise IAS, CAPF 2025 interview. Okay, and in this interview, we are going to ask you very simple questions. Okay, we are not here to embarrass you or ask you very difficult questions because actual UPSC CAPF panel will be asking very simple questions. And only expectations that we guys are having from you is that you are being honest here, be little confident, and थोड़ा बहुत nervousness होता है, वो हर किसी को होता है, ठीक है? So that is normal.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll start. First of all, please introduce yourself to the board.
Yes, sir. So my name is Amit Kumar Singh. I have done my entire schooling from Delhi, after which I went on to do my graduation in BTech in Computer Science Engineering from Delhi Technological University. After my graduation, I have also worked as a software developer at a company based in Noida, after which I started preparing for the civil services. My hobbies are playing cricket, cycling, and developing C++ based applications.
Mm-hmm. So Amit, how is this journey from Kolaba to Gautam Budh Nagar?
So, in Kolaba, I was born since back in 1999. Then my father was working in the Indian Navy. From there, he took a voluntary retirement and he joined the Delhi Police. So that is why we shifted from Kolaba to Delhi. And recently, in the last 3 years, we have shifted from Delhi to Noida.
So your father was earlier in Navy, then he was in police. Delhi Police or
Yes,
UP
sir.
Police?
So Delhi Police.
Delhi Police. So I can say this
Yes.
forces, this defense services, providing security, all these things are already in your blood. Your father must have been in
Yes, sir.
Navy before your birth. Okay. So why have you
Yes, sir.
opted CISF rather than CRPF?
So there have been a multiple reasons which I pondered upon before choosing this preference. So first is the degree of familiarity with the CISF, because coming from Delhi, I have seen CISF around me because of traveling in metros, of visiting ancient monuments. Those places, I have seen CISF. So secondly, the unique mandate of CISF, by which it was established back in 1969, that is to ensure the safety and security of the establishments and of places of national importance. That is something I believe is a unique mandate of CISF, which not only will ensure a greater degree of public dealing, but also a kind of a public connect and a social harmony in the larger context as well, apart from ensuring the security apparatus.
How CISF is able to ensure this social cohesion, social harmony?
So simply because the CISF per se has a mandate of ensuring the safety and security of the ancient monuments and archaeological sites that are there across the country.
Mm-hmm.
And these sites have a significant degree of the religious as well as social economic objective and importance as well. So by ensuring the strengthening of the security of these structures, we not only are paying respect to the rich heritage of India, but also in a way we are contributing towards maintaining the harmony in the society.
Tell me, okay, let's say you also use the word public connect, public communication, public engagement. So
Yes, sir.
let's say you are given an international posting in CISF, maybe
Yes, sir.
even peacekeeping forces. That is happening. Okay. So in that way, how you'll be able to do this public engagement?
So, as far as the UN peacekeeping missions are concerned,
Hmm.
there the main purpose of the security forces is to build the trust deficit between the people and identify the parties which are involved in dispute, and to ensure that a safety and security network is established, so that a sense of safety and security is available to the people. That can only be ensured, in my opinion, apart from the use of force, but also through building trust. And the very basis of trust building is communication. So,
Are
in
you sure
having
that
greater degree of
Are you sure
yes.
that Indian paramilitary forces which are posted outside India, especially in UN peacekeeping forces, are they able to engage with people? Are they able to communicate in their language, understand the social issues or the local issues? Because for this particular thing, the UN missions, the UN body have created different channel of communication, which is a bridge between the common people, political establishment, as also the security forces. So there is a different agency for that, and your job only will be related to ensuring that your troops and people working under you are doing their mandate or not. And their mandate is only ensuring security, not about talking to the people.
So, as far as my understanding is concerned, ensuring the safety and security of a region is can be only ensured with a proper trust building efforts. So, though the interaction would be limited, not that enlarged, but to a certain extent, there would be interaction to ensure that this security environment is getting created around the places where the CISF or the other CAPFs are deployed.
One difficult question I will be asking you. For me, it is difficult. I don't know about you because I have taken so many CIS this thing CAPF interviews, and in most of the DAF now your DAF summary is on my table. I have done so many DAF analysis, and I have seen that almost every second person is filling the CRPF as their last option and CISF as their first option. So I will not ask why you are choosing CRPF as last option, but since this statistical data is available with me, and I have been observing that, and most of the students are doing this thing. So may I know the reason why people in this particular age band are going towards this CRPF thing, avoiding the CRPF thing?
So I would not like to see the picture as avoiding CRPF, simply because we were given a preference to choose from, and all the CAPFs, they
If
have their own set
something,
of challenges.
if something is coming in the, if some priority order is there and people are putting something as the last priority, then I wouldn't say ki, this there is a certain likeness and dislikeness.
So yes, there is a certain it can be looked at this very aspect as well. But in my humble understanding, sir, putting CRPF as a fifth preference, in my understanding, is because there are multiple reasons, sir. So first, with respect to CRPF, sir, it is one of the oldest CAPFs after the Assam Rifles, which was established in 1939. So it has already expanded significantly, and its presence in India is widespread. So the promotional aspects in CRPF, as far as what I've understood from the seniors who are there in CAPF, is somewhat limited in nature. And so, secondly, with respect to other CAPFs, they are the newer CAPFs, and therefore they are still growing. And in a growing CAPF, a young assistant commandant, in my humble understanding, would have a greater opportunity to explore more areas, more dimensions. And that is the reason why CRPF is being preferred as a fifth choice.
So if the aspirants are willing to have more public service, more engagement dimension, more dimension to their jobs, more diversity, so why aren't they are opting for the civil service examination?
So there are multiple reasons. So first is the syllabus for the civil service and CAPF, though is similar to a certain extent, but in case of civil services, we have the mains examination, which is spread across 7 papers. So there the syllabus and the optional aspect comes into picture. So second, the CAPF, it caters to the requirements of the defense aspirants as well, who have been preparing for the other examinations like the CDS and D examinations. And therefore, many of those aspirants, they try to get into CAPF because of the kind of responsibilities and the diverse roles the CAPF offers. So that is the reason why I believe that instead of opting for civil services, people are willing to enter into CAPF.
Don't you think that if such trend is continued, then over the period of time, maybe 10, 20 years, maybe 10, 15 years, or 5 to 10 years, the CRPF will be lacking young commandants?
Sir, no, sir. I'm not of this opinion because the CRPF per se has been is working in the area of diversifying its role and responsibilities, whether it be crowd management, riot management, disaster management, are some of the new areas where it is starting to enter into. And with this perspective, the diversity of roles and responsibilities of an assistant commandant entering CRPF is getting much more diverse, much more challenging. And I believe that over the years, it will get much more interest from the coming aspirants. And I don't see it
What
as
are
a
the
challenge as
differences?
per se.
What are the differences between the role of CRPF or any CAPF force serving the disaster areas, as also there is a separate force of NDRF? So when we have NDRF, then why CAPF forces are deployed in that particular zone?
So NDRF and SDRF, they are basically the dedicated force established for relief and rehabilitation purposes. But apart from relief and rehabilitation, there are other aspects to disaster management, whether be it of public management, crowd management, ensuring that the safety and security of the area where the disaster has taken place, that is catered to. Moreover, some allied aspects of disaster management is also taken into, so that the NDRF and the and the SDRF, they can solely focus upon rescue efforts.
See, don't you think that when so much of responsibilities and divergent responsibilities are given on a particular force, then chances are there that the core mandate gets diluted? Initially, I would say this because different forces have been created by different acts of parliament, and whenever these acts were passed, there was a backgrounder to that particular thing. Some security lapse or something happened, and when that particular force was created to serve that particular lapse, over the period of time, multiple diversity has been added to that particular thing, and when so much of diversity is added, so the thing is that initial mandate get diluted, and people or the forces gets their concentration diverted in different areas.
Sir, in my understanding, the any of the forces, any of the CAPF, they are a reflection of our society and the dynamic nature of the society. To cater to those requirements, it is very natural for a force to expand its mandate. However, keeping its core intact, I believe the CAPF or any of the forces, they have remained committed to their central idea. But over the years, because of the diverse roles, responsibilities, challenges which our society is currently facing from, that is the reason why their ambit has expanded.
I'll ask two more questions before Pankaj sir is taking over. One is this particular CISF can also provide security to the private force, private organizations or not?
So, I'm not aware of it as of now.
ओके इसके बारे में जान लीजिए प्राइवेट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को सीआईएसएफ कैन प्रोवाइड सर्विसेज थोड़ा सा मॉनेटरी एक्सचेंज होता है दिस इज वन थिंग so this is one thing
Thank you, sir.
as of now CISF is been providing services to Infosys. Second thing is कि organization like universities उनको भी ये services provide करते हैं तो विश्व भारती यूनिवर्सिटी को CISF is providing services. So now
Thank
I
you, sir.
expect Pankaj sir to take over and ask the question.
Hello, Mit.
Hello, sir.
So I see you have done your BTech from DTU. That's a
Yes,
very
sir.
reputed institution. And you have also worked as a software engineer in ion trading.
Yes, sir.
So why suddenly you have changed your path to CAPF?
So there were multiple reasons. First, there has been a tradition of my family members being in the uniformed forces. My father, he's in the police force, and my cousin brother, he's currently serving as a major in the Indian Army. So joining the forces has always been in the back of my mind. The second is the diversity and the challenging roles and responsibilities that the CAPF offers. That excites me towards joining the CAPF. And so lastly, the opportunity of contributing directly towards national security that CAPF offers. That are the reasons why I chose to join CAPF.
But as I see your def, there is nothing mentioned about ND exam or CDS exam. You have not appeared in those exams?
So I have appeared in those examinations, but since I was not able to recall the roll numbers of those examinations, I decided to not fill that information.
Okay, and you have also applied for the civil services. Why so you are appearing for the civil services if you have so much zeal and interest in the uniformed forces?
So again, I would like to highlight that after the uniformed forces, my father, he is a civil servant as well after retiring from the Indian Navy. So I have seen him working very closely with the people. And civil services, I believe it provides a larger platform for me to contribute towards society. And that was the reason that I have been preparing for civil services.
And you have applied for the EO and AO examination,
Yes, sir.
that EPFO examination, yes.
Yes, sir.
So you
So this
come here for the CAPF as an opportunity, or it's actual your zeal?
So I see this as a zeal, simply because of me for having watched the forces from from close quarters. Apart from that, the various examinations that I have given in the past, I have always seen them as a learning opportunity for me, where all those examinations have taught me and have played an important role in molding my personality, so that I today got an opportunity of getting interviewed. So that's the reason why I gave those examinations.
As I see, your father is working as DCP in Delhi Police. So
Yes,
how
sir.
many times you have visited with your father in police station or any other place?
So I have visited my father in his office, that is the police headquarters, multiple times. So I have watched
Hmm.
him working closely with the officers. Since prior to his role as a deputy commissioner, he served as an assistant commissioner in the communication department, where he was entrusted with the responsibility of managing the communication network in the Delhi. So there, I used to see him work very closely with the PCR system, with the dial 100 system that was there. So there, I have seen him work very closely.
So you must have familiar with the term Roj Namcha.
So, is it the
It's a
same as
very
Rose
common
Lam?
term. It's the first term which is used in the police stations.
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall this term at the moment.
Okay. What is police challan?
Police challan, so there are different kinds of challan. The police challan is basically a kind of an order issued by the police to an individual who is involved in form of penalty. It is basically a kind of penalty that is the police imposes on individuals as a in case of petty offenses.
Are you sure about it?
Sir, yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir, as far as I'm able to recall.
Okay, please read about police challan, or you may also ask your father about it. So tell me, like, there is a condition, there is a situation actually, that a snatcher was caught by the police. So I want to know the complete process, that how that snatcher can be convicted. So please go on from the starting to the last point of his conviction.
Okay, sir. So whenever this such a case appears, first is the filing of an FIR, that is the first information report by the individual. Thereafter, an investigation into the matter is carried out to see whether the individual was alone involved in the incident or whether there were some gang members of the individual involved. After the individual gets arrested, thereafter the individual needs to be brought before the magistrate within 24 hours of his arrest, and then the magistrate then police custody is seen. After the police custody, investigation happens, and in the meantime, a charge sheet also is getting prepared. After getting police custody, often it is seen that depending upon the nature of the crime and depending upon the various sections of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita and the Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita, the person can either be granted bail by the court, or the person can be sent into the judicial custody. And in the meantime, the police files a charge sheet before the honorable court, and the trial begins in the court. And based on the outcome of the trial, the person is either given a sentence as per the law, or is acquitted.
Okay, it is a session trial or it's a lower court trial?
So it is a
Snatching.
lower court trial. So it is a lower court trial.
Are you sure?
No, sorry, sir, I'm not sure about that.
Okay, okay. It's a session trial, by the way. Okay, and uh, many a times you have heard about the judicial system is in the wrong path and it is not actually delivering the justice to the people. So what's your take on that? How do you consider that our judicial system can be more and more efficient in the next upcoming years? What suggestion would you like to give in this?
So, in my opinion, sir, the judiciary has delivered its mandate over the years, whether we go from the time of independence to the Keshwananda Bharati case of 1973. So it has seen some of the high points. But yes, over the recent years, judicial pendency of cases is something that has raised concerns. I believe that ensuring greater transparency in the judicial trial, whether be it through video conferencing trials, fast track courts establishment, and ensuring proper conviction of the individuals in a time-bound manner, and there being a time-bound manner to appeal against the judgments, is something that can be ensured. Apart from that, I believe better transparency in the appointment of the judges can also further strengthen the faith of the people that is there in the judiciary.
Okay. I want to ask one more question. Navy is continuously working in the indigenization of the technology, their weapons, their ships, but the same thing has not been seen in any of the CAPF. Why so?
So, the mandate or the requirements of both the CAPF and the Indian Navy are different. With respect to Indian Navy, we are heavily dependent upon our imports, whether be it our aircraft carriers, whether be it of our frigates, or whether be it of destroyers. However, with respect to the CAPF, much of our weapons that we are using currently, they have been developed by the DRDO agencies or by other in-house agencies. And very few of the apparatus that is being utilized by the CAPF is being directly imported from other countries. Therefore, I believe that because of the larger dependence of the Indian Navy on the defense imports, their focus has been greater on Indianization.
Okay. You have spoken about Assam Rifles.
Yes.
So Assam Rifle is one of the oldest, most paramilitary force, but it is not included in the CAPF. Why so?
So there are multiple reasons for that. So first, the CAPFs per se, they come under the administrative and the operational control of the Ministry of Home Affairs. Whereas with respect to Assam Rifles, though the administrative control is of MHA, the operational control is of Ministry of Defense. So second is the mandate of the Assam Rifles per se. It has a framework similar to the military, where we have the organizational structure similar to the military. And the DG of the Assam Rifles is also a person coming from a military background. And that is the reason why, to ensure greater cohesion with the armed forces, it is not considered as a CAPF per se, but it is considered as a paramilitary forces.
Okay. My last question is how computer engineering will help in the remote jungles of Chhattisgarh, where there is neither any electricity, nor any mobiles, nor any kind of internet connection.
So I believe that for in 21st century India, and for countering the problem of Naxalism, use of IT is very much important. Whether be it through dark spot detection systems, whether be it through UAV surveillance, whether be it through smart fencing of the areas, demarcation of areas, it can ensure that there can be less foot on the ground, and more of AI can be used in the process of tracking the individuals. Also, sir, with respect to IT infrastructure, though there is lesser connectivity in the region, but the government, through initiatives like the mobile tower connectivity projects, has been working in the area of enhancing the overall IT infrastructure in the region. So, to build trust and to ensure that the people of the region, they get into the mainstream society, I believe a strong IT infrastructure in the areas is of paramount importance.
That's all from my side, Amit. Hand over
Thank
to
you, sir.
please, Bharat sir.
Amit, my question is derived from the last question asked by Pankaj sir. So he was not asking about the significance of IT or this thing in the field of paramilitary forces. Rather, he was asking about how these things will be helping, or how your knowledge, your engineering will be contributing towards these forces.
Yes, sir. So basically, knowledge of IT or computer science basically will be used in areas such as identifying the using of surveillance per se, because surveillance and intelligence gathering is something that, apart from human intelligence, there's something called as telecom intelligence or IT intelligence per se. So that can be used for tracking the movement of the Naxalites. So second is basically to ensure that the benefits of the various programs are being extended to these people. Ensuring a robust IT infrastructure is very much important. And the third is basically intrusion detection system. There are certain areas where which are more hostile towards the security forces. So in deploying the intrusion detection systems and dark spot detection systems, we can ensure that remote monitoring of the movement in these areas can be ensured without there being much casualties on our side.
Which paramilitary forces is having more technological integration in their force?
So instead of looking at more, I believe all these CAPFs have been integrating IT in their framework, because in looking at the challenges that they are facing currently, none of the CAPFs can go short on integrating the IT infrastructure. So all the CAPFs per se, they are using IT.
Can you tell me the latest technological integration or adaptation in CISF?
So in CISF, I'm not specific about CISF per se, sir, but with respect to CAPF, broader idea I have, but not with respect to CISF per se.
Amit, your interview is over. Now is the time for feedback.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so first I'll be giving
Thank you,
feedback,
sir.
then Pankaj sir will be following up. So first thing is कि सबसे पहले आपके स्ट्रेंथ ये है कि यू आर कॉन्फिडेंट, यू आर फ्लुएंट, योर होमवर्क इज वेरी सॉलिड, दैट इज वन थिंग, ये बहुत अच्छा है आपका। यू आर स्मार्ट, प्रोफेशनल लग रहे हो बातों से, आपके आंसर जो है क्रिस्प है एज ऑल्सो होलिस्टिक है। एंड फॉर मोस्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन दैट वी आर आस्किंग ना, यू आर हैविंग मल्टीपल लाइन्स ऑफ आर्ग्यूमेंट्स, ओके, वन रीजन,
Thank you.
सेकेंड रीजन, थर्ड रीजन, ओके। But I'll say कि I am asking a question, you are giving a reply. Based on your reply, I am asking a question again. You are giving a reply to that. Then once again I am asking a counter question ना, तब वहां पर आप थोड़े से ढीले ढाले हो जाते हो। ये होगा इंटरव्यू जब होगा, when they will be taking your interview ना, तो there will be first round of question on the basis of that second counter question. Sometimes they will be going into third also. So in some cases थर्ड के लिए भी आप प्रिपेयर रहो, दिस इज वन थिंग। सेकेंडली, फैक्चुअल क्वेश्चन में डू नॉट गेस, अगर आंसर है तो गिव, इफ डोंट हैव द आंसर देन प्लीज रिक्वेस्ट। अभी आपने एक गलती करी थी इस चीज को लेकर, एकदम सर
Yes, sir.
वो क्वेश्चन
पुलिस पुलिस चलन का।
ही आस्क्ड यू, उन्होंने दो क्वेश्चन में दो बार उन्होंने आर यू श्योर बोला है, ठीक है। जैसे ही उन्होंने बोला है कि आर यू श्योर, वहीं पे आप बोल सकते थे कि सर आई एम हैविंग दिस पर्टिकुलर इन्फॉर्मेशन, मे बी आई एम रॉन्ग, यहाँ पे बोल के चुप हो सकते थे। When it is coming
Okay.
to की technological integration, certainly CISF has more technological integration. You should be studying more about it. ठीक है। एंड देन हर एक जो फोर्सेस है ना, उसमें लेटेस्ट क्या चल रहा है थोड़ा सा जानने की कोशिश करिए। बाकी एवरीथिंग इज गुड फ्रॉम आवर साइड, फ्रॉम योर साइड। नाउ पंकज सर प्लीज।
अमित, आपके जितनी भी परफॉर्मेंस थी आज की, मैं उससे काफी ज्यादा सेटिस्फाइड हूँ। हालांकि मैंने
थैंक
काफी
यू।
तंग किया है आपको क्वेश्चन पूछने में, बट
नहीं
हाँ,
सर,
मैं
मजा आया।
सेटिस्फाइड हूँ। हाँ, क्योंकि थोड़ा बहुत सिचुएशंस वाले जो क्वेश्चंस है ना, वो थोड़ा सा मेंटली अपने आप को मतलब करते हैं, इन्वोक करते हैं कुछ ना कुछ। तो मेरे ख्याल से आपने जो भी कुछ बोला है, हालांकि भारत सर ने काफी कुछ चीजें कर दिए मेरे को सेम चीज बोलने की, वो ठीक है नहीं बेनिफिट। तो आप एक काम करना कि जो रियलिस्टिक कुछ कुछ क्वेश्चंस है ना, उनके रियलिस्टिक आंसर बनाओ आप। मेरे को कई बार ऐसा लगा कि आपने जो बोल रहे हो ना, वो सारी सारी चीजें आइडियलिस्टिक है, बुकिश है, उसमें थोड़ा सा
ठीक है।
प्रैक्टिकल नेचर कम लगा मेरे को। हालांकि मेरे को कोई दिक्कत नहीं किसी भी चीज से, बट हाँ, अगर आप थोड़ा सा अपने फादर के साथ और बात करो, जैसे रोज नामचा वाला क्वेश्चन है ना, वो एक कांस्टेबल को ही पता है वो क्या होता है, एक अटेंडेंस रजिस्टर होता है उनका। अगर
सर
उसी
वो
का
बाद
हमें नहीं
बाद
पता है।
बाद 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 में नाम उसके आगे की वही होता है रोजनामा। वो बेसिकली रोजनामा का जो नाम ही है रोज और नामा, तो बेसिकली रोज अटेंडेंस इज द, वो वहां से डिराइव हुआ था। तो
हाँ,
वो बाद में
जैसे
याद आया
कहीं पे
मुझे
भी
कि
किसी भी जगह पे जाते हैं इन्वेस्टिगेशन के लिए, कोर्ट में जाना है या कहीं पे भी जाना है,
जी
हम
सर।
रोजनामा में एंट्री करते हैं,
जी
ठीक है
सर।
ना। तो ऐसे ऐसे जो बेसिक्स है, जो पुलिस चलान वाला केस था, पुलिस चलान बेसिकली क्या होता है कि इन्वेस्टिगेशन रिपोर्ट होती है। जैसे आपने किसी कन्विक्ट को पकड़ा, ठीक है ना, सॉरी, किसी एक्यूज को पकड़ा, पकड़ने के बाद हम उसको उसके ऊपर थोरो इन्वेस्टिगेशन करते हैं, कम से कम 40-50 दिन, 80 दिन, 90 दिन, वो डिपेंड करता है ट्रायल कैसा। सेशंस ट्रायल है तो वहां पे 90 दिन चला जाता है, कई बार 60 दिन रहता है। तो इस टाइप से है ना, तो आप उनके
ठीक है
ऊपर
सर।
थोड़ा सा कीजिए। इनकेस अगर आपको कोई भी दिक्कत है, कोई भी ऐसी क्वेरी है, आप हमसे किसी भी टाइम पे पूछ सकते हैं, है ना। और बाकी कुछ कुछ चीजें मैंने आपकी लिखी है, होपफुली क्या पता वो आ जाए तो मैं वो शेयर कर दूँ।
श्योर सर, थैंक यू सर। थैंक यू फॉर द फीडबैक सर।
ठीक है
सर
अमित।
एक मेरी तरफ से
हाँ।
सर एक मैं क्वेश्चन पूछना था कि मेरी जो स्पीकिंग स्किल्स, मैं जो वीकनेस है वो मैं जब कोई पूछेगा वीकनेस क्या है मेरी, तो मेरा ये है कि मैं थोड़ा तेज बोलता हूँ, कभी कभी जल्दी बोल देता हूँ कि हाँ। तो उसका मैं फीडबैक दीजिए कि मैं काम तो कर रहा हूँ काफी सिविल सर्विसेज के थ्रू, जब इतना न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ पढ़ के वो मैं किया इंप्रूव, लेकिन अभी आपका कैसा कहना है कि और कम करना है या फिर ठीक है, ऑडिबल है, समझ आ रहा है, या फिर दिक्कत हो रही है, ऊपर नीचे हो रहा है इसके लिए।
एज सच मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं लगी। आपका जैसा है ना, अगर आप अपनी कोर क्वालिटीज के अंदर चेंज लाने की कोशिश करोगे ना, अभी ये काम करना था आपको 4 महीने पहले, 5 महीने पहले, लेकिन मेरे को
सर।
कोई दिक्कत
जी
नहीं।
सर।
हाँ, आप
जी
बिल्कुल
सर।
सही जा रहे हैं, और आई होप आपका स्कोर 110 के आसपास तो कम से कम आना चाहिए, है ना।
अमित, हमारा
हाँ, तो
जब
आप
डेफ
बढ़िया
का
चल रहे हैं।
डिस्कशन हुआ था, हमारा जब डेफ का डिस्कशन हुआ था, तब मैंने शायद ये बात
जी
आपसे
सर।
करी थी।
सर आपने शेयर किया था, आपने शेयर
देखो
किया था।
देखो, दो चीजें हैं, जहां पर आपका होमवर्क बहुत स्ट्रांग होगा ना, वहां पे आवाज आपके मुंह
हम्म।
से अपने आप निकल जाएगी। ठीक है, तो वहां पे आप अपनी स्पीड पे कंट्रोल कर ही नहीं सकते, जैसे पंकज सर ने अभी बोला कि इस चीज को आपको 4 महीने पहले कंट्रोल करना था। बट
जी
एज
सर।
सून एज अ एनालिटिकल क्वेश्चन इज कमिंग ना, तो जैसे कि सर
हम्म।
ने बोला कि कुछ सिचुएशन दे दिया आपको, तो ऐसे में आप डेलिबरेटली क्या करो ना, जवाब देने से पहले 3-4 सेकंड रुक जाओ, तो इट विल जनरेट अ फीलिंग कि ये सोचने की कोशिश कर रहा है और पेशेंस है।
ओके
ठीक है।
सर।
बाकी
ठीक
इस
सर।
पे बस
ठीक।
ये है कि अगर होमवर्क स्ट्रांग रहेगा तो आप अपने आप को रोक ही नहीं पाओगे। लेकिन अगर एनालिटिकल क्वेश्चन आ रहा है सोचने वाला, तो आपको सोचना ही पड़ेगा। ठीक है ना?
सर जैसे मुझे कुछ कुछ क्वेश्चन में होता है कि इसका आधा आंसर पता है, तो उसको मुझे क्या कहना चाहिए, कि मैं बोलूँ कि सर आंसर दे दूं, या फिर सर कैन आई मेक अ गेस, और फिर वो देंगे?
प्लीज आस्क देम कैन आई मेक अ गेस, एंड इफ दे आर अलाउइंग यू तभी गेस करो।
ओके सर, ठीक है सर।
मैं अभी
थैंक यू
देखिए,
सर।
रेस्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन वी कैन डिस्कस लेटर। आपका हमारा व्हाट्सअप नंबर आपके पास है, वी कैन डिस्कस देयर। ओके, अभी एक काम करिए, आप अपनी तरफ से मीटिंग को कैंसिल करिए। ऑल द बेस्ट।
सर थैंक यू सर।
ऑल द बेस्ट। अच्छा लड़का था, इसका हो जाएगा।
हाँ हाँ।
अगर हाँ, इसने अगर मेंस में अच्छा कर रखा होगा ना, मतलब
हम्म,
पेपर 2 वगैरह में सही,
हाँ
हाँ, हो
हाँ
जाएगा।
हाँ। इसके पहले एक लड़का और आया था, शिखर नाम से था। तो
हम्म।
उसका क्या हुआ ना, उसकी रिकॉर्डिंग में फ्लॉ थे, आवाज ढंग से आने रही थी, तो रिकॉर्डिंग ढंग से नहीं हुई, लेकिन उसका भी इंटरव्यू बहुत जबरदस्त हुआ
ठीक।
था। तो उसकी
ठीक
रिकॉर्डिंग
है।
ढंग से नहीं हुई है ना, तो सोचा है कि उसकी रिकॉर्डिंग ढंग से करवाने के लिए एक मॉक और करेंगे उसका।
ठीक है।
हाँ। चलिए, मैं मीटिंग बंद करता हूँ, इसके बाद ना ये वो होगा, तो प्रोसेसिंग होगा, उसके बाद ही मैं दूसरी मीटिंग स्टार्ट कर पाऊंगा। 11 बजे
ठीक है।
से
ठीक है।
अगली लड़की है शिवा करके, उसका डेव शेयर कर रखा है मैंने, उस 11 बजे से।
ठीक, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। इसके जो डेफ शेयर कर रखा है ना, उन पे
हम्म,
काम करो।
हम्म,
आप अभी 10:37 हुए हैं, उसको बोलो कि आप 10:50 के आसपास तक मेरे ख्याल से वो रेडी हो जाएगी।
वो लड़की,
है ना?
नहीं यार,
हाँ।
ये क्या कहते हैं, इस मीटिंग में ना कन्वर्ट होगा, उसमें टाइम लगेगा, 15 मिनट के आसपास टाइम
अच्छा।
लगेगा। हाँ, 11 बजे तक नहीं हो पाएगा
चलो चलो।
एक्सपीरियंस। ठीक है।
चलो चलो, कोई नहीं, कोई नहीं।